With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top...
First quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On third down, Carmichael. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Carmichael. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And, oh, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love...
In trouble, and he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback. And that philosophy works for them very well.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Black. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And they rattle off a big one. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw, because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Red Dragons have taken a first-quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Throwing on first down. Carmichael. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught by Evans. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 21. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try the left side. Burks, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Red Dragons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Browns drive about to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. On 2nd down, Godwin. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Carmichael. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Carmichael. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carmichael. And he's got it. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
49 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll run on 1st down. Burks. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, Burks, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. Complete to Keller. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18.
and this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Red Dragons are able to add on to that lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 4. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And he's brought down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Kellen. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 2nd and 5. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. So that challenge, a successful one. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his line back, and he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Trevor Lawrence, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Zach Wilson, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. The Bills get back above 500 as they move to 3-2 with the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for our home team, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by Kelly. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Kelly. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Kelly. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Red Dragons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now, a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Carmichael. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Burks, and just a couple yards there down to the 17. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Red Dragons take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now back to throw. Finding Green complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there on 3rd down. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Carmichael. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a 1st down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that, and guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Kelly. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Burks. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to pump the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Shakes off the sack. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Over the middle, complete. It's Bennett. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Carmichael. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fighting through pressure. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Browns on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They'll run on 1st down. Burks. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Black. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
Yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place,
Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
Come on now, let's go.
And they're on 17.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Carmichael looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw on 2nd down. Carmichael. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Carmichael. And he comes back with one complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Bennett. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Carmichael. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. The throw taken in by Cole. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air one out. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. On first down, Burks. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Second down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Browns 14.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll keep it on the ground. Burks. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Kelly. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Burks. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Burks. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw on second down. Carmichael. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On 1st and 10. Carmichael. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st down, Carmichael. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Back to throw. Carmichael. And a big loss here as he's taken down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with thetheir confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the home team here, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.